on, guys? This is gonna be a quick video. It's late August right now, and you know what that means. Halloween time. I'm just saying that because a lot of the Halloween stuff is coming out right about now, pretty early. And you know, Funko Pops are coming out too. So I picked up a few things today that I want to share with you guys. First one is just a common one, but in my opinion, very cool common. I picked it up at GameStop. Apparently, when I got there, the employees told me that they just put it out, so I guess I got lucky. It's actually up right now on boxlunch.com if you're interested at the time that I'm posting this video. But if you're interested, it is Disney character. It is Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. And this is pretty much, I guess you could call it the unmasked or unhooded version. Really cool figure. You can see the detail on there. Now, I'm not a huge collector of Nightmare Before Christmas, but I do have like pretty much the main characters, you know, but I kind of stopped. Like I don't get too many of the variations. Like I think this is the only one I'm going to get from this line you see here on the back. Like I already have a few different Jacks and I think maybe one or two Sallys. I have Zero already. So I'm not really interested in getting all the side characters. I mean, I have a few Oogie Boogies too. I'm really happy to have this one because I have a few different versions. I have like the regular green one, you know, where he's like wearing the green sack. I have the one where he's wearing the brown sack. And now this one where he's pretty much uncovered and, let's see, I'm trying to show you guys without the glare. There, I think that's, you can get a better view right there. Yeah, but really happy to have this one. And yeah, so the next one is actually a Walgreens pop, and I was only really able to get it thanks to someone who posted on Reddit. He pretty much made a post and he tells you pretty much the game plan, how you can get the new Walgreens pops, because pretty much just going in there and trying to find them I think isn't going to work just with how many collectors are out there these days. And it definitely helped me because, you know, I used it and put it into practice. So just a little quick story. I went to 3 different Walgreens today. I pretty much had a game plan because they were kind of in the same area. So I went to the first one. You know, I just did a quick check of the toy aisle, nothing new. And so what you're pretty much trying to do here is like look for people who are wearing vests. Yeah, because they'll probably like have a better idea of what you're talking about. Or you can go to the photo department. And I found that it's actually kind of similar to like how Target, if you look for Target pops, you go to the electronics. Pretty much Walgreens is kind of like, you know, it's their version. So like kind of like where they have the new stuff and just like, you know, where they'll know that what you're talking about. So anyways, there was no one there at the photography department and at the first Walgreens I went to, and there was like not really any employees wearing vests or anything, and they all seemed kind of busy, so I didn't want to bother them. So I just, you know, chalked it up to a loss. So I went to the second Walgreens, and this one, it was like pretty different, you know. The first one I went to was kind of like old and a little dirty. This one was like pretty clean, modern. I did see people like wearing vests and whatnot, and I did go over to the photo department, which was staffed, and I mentioned the WIC number, and that's like another tip here. So Walgreens, you know how Target uses the DCPI codes, Walgreens has WIC, and that's the code you can give to the employees to let them know what you're looking for. So I gave them the code, and like they knew that I was after a toy. That's pretty much what they asked, like, was this a toy? And I was like, yeah. So, you know, they looked it up and they said, oh, like they were kind of surprised that they had it, but they said that it was in the back, and pretty much that like, you know, for me to come back on like Saturday or Sunday, I think they said Sunday, and that's, you know, when they're gonna have the shelf space like cleared out and like put out the new stuff. So I didn't really want to prod too much and like ask if I could buy it because they didn't really seem to like be interested in that. So I just left it at that, and I said, okay, thanks, you know, I'll come back on Sunday or whatever. Hopefully people don't buy it before then, but you know, you never know. Maybe a different employee will be working later on and someone will be able to buy it, but who knows. Anyway, so on to the third third Walgreens. So I was getting a little discouraged by this point. I was just kind of thinking, you know, I'll just check this last one because it's like not too far away, like maybe less than 10 minutes, like 5-minute drive. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just try it. So anyways, same thing. I go over to the photo department, and then, I ask, and, the employee actually knows what I'm talking about. And she mentions how, they got a call earlier in the day, and then they ask for the number. I give it to them, and they go, "Oh, looks like we have one. Let me go check." So then they went into the back, and then they came back to, they went to the back, and they came back to the counter, and then, while I was standing there, I noticed that I saw a few pops, kind of like sitting there, kind of like on a shelf, but like you couldn't really see it. It was like a little obscured, but saw a few pops, and one of them I knew was a Walgreens exclusive that had just come out. It was it was a Nightmare Before Christmas. It was the Devil, and that's a Walgreens exclusive that had just come out. So I was thinking, oh, maybe they do have some of the new pops. I could see like they had the clown, which is the regular, common, but also new. So anyways, she asked which one I was looking for, and I told her I was looking for Jason from Friday the 13th. And then, she went to that little section that they had there, and she pulled it out. And here it is. This is the one I was really looking after for Walgreens. It's Jason Voorhees. I'm not sure if it's focused. Let's see, can you get it? Yeah, I think you can see it better from here, but it's from Friday the 13th Part 2. He's not wearing the hockey mask. This is the one where he pretty much has the sack over his head. I know it's like low budget horror films back then, right? He just has a sack over his head and like the little one hole for his eye. And I just really like this pop. You can see it's a little bit damaged right here, but I don't really care. It's like I was so happy to find this that, the box otherwise is really good condition, and I just think it's really cool because it's like, pretty menacing how he's like sticking his arm out like that, and kind of has that like squinted eye, making him look a little evil, but still it's like a pop, so it's like kind of cute. So I just think that's really cool. And yeah, so overall I would consider that a success. There were two other pops that I was really interested in, but they mentioned at that location that they didn't have it. And one of them is the Invisible Man, and that's from the, like the Universal Monsters, like, horror from back in the day. And there's actually a chase version of that. So, the regular version is just like the one where he's like bandaged up and whatnot. And then the chase one, he's like translucent, so it's kind of like we can see him like invisible. So I was pretty interested in that one, but wasn't able to find it. I could have checked a few more Walgreens, but at that point I was like, I already went to 3, so I was like, okay, I'll just call it a day. Pretty happy with what I got. And the last one is the Frankenstein, and he's like holding a little flower. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna try to get that one also. Yeah, so I'll post the WIC numbers for those 3 pops, so you guys can check it out for yourself if you're interested. And that about does it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.